known American novel, but anyway, it's okay. I would like to thank Founding Foundation and Distinguished Committee for opportunity to be here. The paper that I'm going to present today actually is second part of my research on cars. The first one I presented last year at Sheffield University, and now I'm gonna focus on boredom and border in cars. When Orhan Pamuk's novel Snow, which takes place in Kars, at the foremost eastern border of Turkey, was translated and published in Armenia in 2009, many readers noted parallels with Yeğişe Çarents's Land of Nairi, which also takes place in Kars, despite the fact that this seems to be the only overt similarity that two novels share. In all other aspects, it seems that we are dealing with the completely different works of completely different authors who never met and certainly never read one another's work. For, while Çarents's work has been published in the 1920s and Pamuk's work in the 21st century, Land of Nairi has never been completely translated into any language accessible for Pamuk. Thus, the only and principal platform for comparative reading is Kars, as a crossing point for the two novels. My reading of Kars, presented last year at Sheffield University, Istanbul, according to the novels of Çarents and Pamuk, compels me to think about these novels again. In the first paper, I was trying to understand the motives of the authors for writing the city, from personal experience to historical regularity and writer's politics. For both Çarents and Pamuk, the most crucial characteristic of the city is boredom, and here I would like to focus on the different manifestations of Karsian boredom: the materialization of boredom, the criminalization of boredom, and boredom as news. The materialization of boredom. In Çarents's Kars, the substance of boredom is stone. In my previous paper, I had constructed my reading as geography of the backward provincial city on the motives of novelizing that geography, how the same spaces acquires identical function into different novels. On the one hand, the diversity of the buildings gives temporal elasticity to the novels, the sketching of the old and new cities, and the mapping of the collision of the old and the new. On the other hand, the unity of that diversity, the fact that those are just details of the city, embodies the materialization of Karsian boredom. Let us first read Çarents's material. In Çarents's novel, the old and the new cities have a dividing line. The castle, the bridge, and the church appear in the old city, while the five-story building, the company, trading institutions, and other structures appear in the new city. The antiquities, anything pertaining to the old city, were merely described, whereas the main action took place in the new city. The first to be discussed from the antiquities is the castle. Çarents describes it as a stone tyrant and huge stone coffer. The next is Vartan's bridge. For Çarents, that fantastic building built by General Vartan is just a huge pile of stones. The third ancient building is the Apostolic Church, which is the same for the Nairians as the Notre Dame for the French. But in Çarents's words, the church is merely grey bird made of stone, or an old stone